So, this is Thoma's Hangout. I've done it before. I have no idea where the footage went. So, we'll do it again because it's the fun of doing the Hangouts. If you really like them, you can do them over again. Although, if I remember correctly, that's about what I felt about Thoma's Hangout. So, hopefully I am not remembering correctly.
Haven't seen Thoma in a while. Who knows what that guy's working on these days?
None of your goddamn business.
Probably something of the utmost importance, as ever. Taking guests out for lavish meals, cleaning up around the house, the usual.
At least he can see.
We have people like that to thank for the decline of the samurai spirit in this day and age. If you're just gonna schmooze your way through every problem in life, you might as well put your blade on the scrap.
Does everybody need to be a fucking samurai, you moron?
Or lose it.
You know what would happen if that were the case?
I heard he's Mondstadt, born and bred. Just saying.
Ah, racist as well.
Well, no wonder. What do you think Miss Kamisato even sees in that guy?
Time to put a stop to this.
Sorry, haven't slept too well the last couple of days, on account of all this rain we've been having. Wait, what are you all doing here? Has something happened?
We were just having a little chat on our break. It's time we were going. There's still lots to do. We're busy people, Thoma. You do well to grow a sense of urgency, too.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I'll think about that when my vacation's over.
But
Sorry I'm a little late. Something came up.
you heard everything, didn't you?
Yep, I sure did. No big deal, though. People like to criticize those who don't fit in. It's the same everywhere. If a little private gossiping helps them let off some steam, well, good for them. It does no harm to the Kamisato clan.
It's not good to have that amount of penis envy around here. No, I don't fucking agree. I'm petty as fuck. Fuck those dudes.
Oh?
We should tell them how much you do for the commission, sons of bitches.
I'm touched that that's how you see the situation. I don't think we need to go down that route, though. In any case, as a housekeeper, it's hardly my place to get all high and mighty with other staff in the Yashiro Commission. But you're my guest and I live to serve. So if you have any other thoughts on the matter, please do share them with me. I'm willing to give anything you suggest a shot, as long as it's a serious suggestion, of course.
I'll ask around at the Yashiro Commission.
I'll be waiting for you right here. Just come and find me if you need anything.
The fuck am I supposed to talk to? You? You're kind of just standing around
Greetings.
randomly.
Welcome to the Yashiro Commission.
You're voiced, so you are who I need to speak to. About Thoma.
People have been talking about him behind his back? Surely not. He does a wonderful job, and always remains modest about it. Why would anyone single him out?
Because they have small penises.
I can't figure it out. Try asking someone else.
That one guy's probably mad that he can't get his helmet to fit on straight.
Oh, this is going to be a problem.
What's the matter?
Oh, you're Miss Kamisato's friend, aren't you?
I have a name.
Basically, something downright awful's happened, and we're discussing what on earth we should do about it. In preparation for the festival next month, we procured some very precious ceremonial implements from another island. But as luck would have it, our ship got hit by strong winds out at sea. The entire shipment is now sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
Sucks to suck. But, do you have a backup plan?
Well, certainly there's no time to go all the way back out there and buy another batch. Our only option is a gentleman based on Narukami Island by the name of Yusaku. But he's a shrewd one. He caught on to the fact that we needed the goods urgently and raised prices sky high. Clearly he wants to take us for every mora we're worth. It's a real dilemma.
Can't you barter him down? Oh, fuck that. Use the Yashiro name to put pressure on him.
We've tried, but he just won't budge. It doesn't help that he has something of a feud with the Yashiro Commission. He once sold us some ceremonial implements of exceptionally poor quality. We returned the items and exposed his malpractice in the process.
Ah, yes.
He's resented us ever since.
The feuds
Now
that
he
start
actually
because
has the
they
chance to get
fucked
back
up.
at us, there's no way he'll back down. The Yashiro Commission doesn't have any direct authority over merchants. We could file a formal complaint, but the process is long and drawn out, and the festival is drawing nearer every day.
Can't hurt to discuss this with the fixer.
Kazumasa and Furusawa
Go
have
fix
much love
him.
to see him, but I don't know whether they'll be able to resolve it. I really hope the festival goes smoothly.
And if it doesn't, you'll just lose your job and become destitute.
Oh, that whole situation, huh? I heard a thing or two about it. I was planning on finding some time to sort it out after entertaining you.
You know a solution?
It's hard to say for sure. I'd need to talk with the guy first. Since this has piqued your interest,
guy?
how about we head over there together? Still, the original plan here was to focus on your enjoyment, not rope you into the trials and tribulations of the Yashiro Commission.
I want people to give you the respect you deserve.
Ah, so that's your goal here. Well, if that is what you really want, I'd better give this my best shot.
Your asking price just isn't realistic. Hey, what point are you trying to make here, huh?
If the festival gets delayed, don't say we didn't warn you.
Help! I'm being attacked by Yashiro Samurai!
What? Hey, cut that out!
You little... Take it easy, would you? Look, we're not going to harm you, all right?
The Yashiro Commission is forcing me to sell against my will! Doshin! I need a Doshin!
Looks like there's no negotiation to be had here. Come on, let's get out of here.
Wait up.
Gotta adjust my helmet again.
Is that all they got? Amateurs. The nerve. Oh, hello. You were...
Hello again.
Wait, I know you! Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commission's errand boy, Thoma.
Errand
Do you know how long the Tenryo Commission locked me up for? And all thanks to you, going on
No.
about my goods being cheap.
It's because of you.
You almost make it sound like I planted something and framed you. Those goods were defective. You know that, right?
Ugh, you're so pedantic.
That's
Think how
pedantic.
many festivals there are in a given year. Now, take candles, for example. Do you have any idea how many they go through? I could switch half of them out for duds without a single person noticing, and make a small fortune in the process.
His excuse is, well, no one would
I was happily
notice.
providing you with some much-needed supplies. Not only were you ungrateful, you had the audacity to report me. Well, now the tables have finally turned, and you're begging for my help. Can you really blame me for charging a little extra?
This is more than a little extra, motherfucker.
I found out what happened. The commission's shipment ran into a storm and is now lying at the bottom of the ocean. The festival's right around the corner, so postponing it isn't an option. Right now, I'm the only one selling what you need. If the festival goes pear-shaped and Guji-ai or the almighty Shogun hears about it, they are not going to be happy. And then you'll have a real problem on your hands.
Ryan Shogun won't
So
care.
you might want to consider your
Well, the
position
puppet won't
here.
at least.
Oh, come on, boss. This is all a little heartless. Besides,
How could you be
aside
so
from the Yashiro Commission, No one
heartless?
else buys ceremonial items. Surely resolving this dispute swiftly is in your interest, too.
Don't give me that. The fact is, you're desperate to buy, and I ain't desperate to sell. The batch I have here can go to waste for all I care. It'd be no great loss.
That's
Looks like
quite
we
the
can't come to an
leverage.
agreement, then.
I would let it rot.
Well, I'm glad it's dawning on you. You can either pay up or look like a bunch of idiots when the festival comes around. Your choice. Time's precious, and I've given you a fair slice of mine today. When you're ready to pay, I'll be ready to talk.
You already left.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that he doesn't intend to discuss this any further. I guess his time in the police station didn't make for happy memories.
Now I'm gonna mention this to the right Shogun? Fuck that guy.
No need. I can't say I think much of the way Yusaku was
I
acting.
love how I just
But
casually
ultimately,
name
the
dropped.
issue here
He
lies
just
with the
ignored
Yashiro
it.
Commission. We were the ones who lost the goods, so the responsibility is on us to find a solution. Otherwise, even if we write this out, the Yashiro Commission's reputation will take a huge hit. Let's go. There are a few people I want to introduce you to.
What if I don't want to meet new people? I'm introverted and anxious all the time. Yeah, I say that.
If it isn't Thoma. I must say, I'm
Self-defense
surprised to see
mechanism.
you. Last I heard, you
They
were
can't
in
hurt me if I
retail.
admit it.
Then you just vanished into thin air. Who's
Well,
the new
humans
face?
can't do that,
A
silly.
friend.
Friend? What line of work is this young lady in then?
Saving your
Not
goddamn
a connection,
country.
if that's what you're thinking. Just a regular friend. No vested interest here. I originally wanted to take her out for some downtime, but we've ended up mired in commission-related complications.
Okay, I see. My mistake.
Oh, you.
So, what's the situation today then?
Always getting into
I
trouble.
never see you when you need something.
Well, I remember the last time we spoke, you were grumbling about a lack of iron ore. Have you made any progress on that front?
Why? You got any supplier recommendations? You're a little out of the loop, my friend. We increased our bid price a while back. Soon after, we found plenty of sellers were pulling out all the stops to import stock from wherever they could get a hold of it. I heard some people were so eager to get in on the action that they even took out loans to get ahead of the competition. If you were hoping to enter the bidding now, I'm afraid you're a little late to the party.
Sounds like now you have the opposite problem. More iron ore than you know what to do with.
That's right. We're going to have to select a few sellers from the pool. There are certain candidates under consideration already, but we're still on the fence.
I see. Well, would you mind if I gave you a couple of tips? As it happens, I'd noticed that shipments of iron ore had recently picked up. I looked into it a little and managed to get a sense of which sellers had the quality stock, which offered competitive prices, and so on.
Dude reminds me of KY. He just knows
All right,
shit.
then. Here's the list of sellers. Give me your thoughts.
These two are veterans of the business. Regular sales, quality stock, but their price is a little steep. I think you could talk them down though. I'd say to around 80% of what they've quoted you. This one sprung up out of nowhere recently in retail. Their approach is high volume, small profit margins. The quality's not too bad, but there's always a few duds, so you'd need to inspect the goods thoroughly upon receipt. This one grabbed a loan and leapt straight onto the bandwagon. In their haste, I fear they may have ended up with the mixed bag as far as quality is concerned. Given that their price isn't particularly competitive either, I wouldn't consider them if I were you.
Wait, I know this name. Ah, yes.
Did you not look at it
We're
before?
on the same page here.
Or are you just
To be
bullshitting
completely
to
upfront,
make it
this
seem
is
like you're not
really quite
out of the
important to
loop?
me, so
Oh,
your
yeah, I know that
disregard
guy.
would be greatly appreciated.
Don't mention it. It's no skin off my back. There is something I hope you could do for me in return, though. Recently, several of our deliveries of iron ore have been getting stolen. Is there anything you can do to help? It's the
Hell
worst
yeah.
on the road between Konda Village and Inazuma City.
As always.
Something always seems to happen along that stretch.
That's true.
No problem. We'll be back before you know it.
What's going on here?
I guess you have a few questions. I'll explain everything later. But it looks like we'll need to get to work pretty soon.
Let's go kick some ass. I'm rebuilding my Thoma. Because, I mean, old Thoma, his best build was just ass. But with the release of Dendro, Thoma, along with like half the roster, got better because of the Dendro reactions. Artifacts are still low, but I mean, it's all about that elemental mastery for the Burgeon. Although in this case, I don't have Burgeon, so it's just gonna be burning. Hilly Churls! Well, I never.
Propagate!
Here's backup!
Show!
Whoa! I obliterated that thing from existence.
Man, this hurts. Those monsters came out of nowhere.
You know, people say that, but they're always just kind of, you know, dancing on the side of the road.
Hi there. Yasutake commissioned us to come and assist with the delivery.
Wonderful. I was starting to think I'd never get this iron ore to its destination. So do I owe you anything for this?
Oh, the person that commissioned us.
This is between us and Yasutake. He's the one you should be thanking.
I mean,
if anything.
gratitude.
All right,
Saving you,
let's
but
do this.
you know, that's it. Oh, Jesus. Perhaps I should have invested in a few more teammates.
Careful. There could be more monsters to come.
There's always more monsters to come.
Fire it up! Supporting fire! Check this out!
Propagate!
Okay, almost there now. One final push. Don't get too close.
Oh, making it seem like we're pregnant or something. One final push!
Exterminate!
I got you covered. All right. I think we could leave the goods here.
We're in the middle of nowhere!
There were so many monsters I didn't even see where they came from. It was a dicey situation.
The route should be safe from here on out.
Oh,
We'll be
okay.
heading off now.
So he's still moving. I thought they were just gonna leave it here.
My thanks to both of
He
you.
can be picked up here in this random
All in a day's
crossroads.
work. Come on, let's go. Worry no more, good sir. Your goods have been safely delivered.
Good to know. As for the issue you needed my help with, I have someone on the case. You can expect a resolution very shortly. You always seem to be cleaning up for other people behind the scenes. It must keep you pretty busy. Seems to eat up all your personal time, too. Speaking of, I'm going to need your help again in a few days' time. There's a meeting coming up, and several trade associations will be fighting tooth and nail over the chance to make a profit. You'll have to mediate on this one.
Ah, that rings a bell. Not a problem. I'll be there.
Of course!
Oh,
I already had it on my schedule!
I heard Sakai gave our guy a loan a while back. Just thought you might be interested to know.
Huh, is that so? It sounds like I should go talk to him then. Thanks again for all your help. Much obliged.
Trade
Nothing of it.
Association bidding
Goodbye
war
for now.
expects
I'll see you in a few days' time.
request from Y.
Okay, this problem is halfway solved.
What are you talking
That
about?
was the quartermaster of the Tenryo Commission. He's in charge of all of their procurement and also responsible for keeping their weapon supplies intact. Making weapons involves purchasing raw materials, so he's the key decision maker in all the related trade in iron ore. The iron ore trade is actually what I was discussing with him just now.
What does that have to do with ceremonial affairs?
On the surface, not a whole lot, I'll admit, but you'll see very shortly. But before that, time to go visit another old friend of mine.
Well, hello there, young gray-haired
Thoma,
man.
you too?
Oh, never mind. He's not that young.
Yasutake sent someone over already, but I'm telling you, Thoma, I just don't know if it's feasible.
Really? Why? Is there a problem?
You betcha. The guy owes me Mora, for sure, but there's a long repayment period on that loan. If I go hounding him for Mora now, that makes me the bad guy.
But as I recall, the only reason he was entitled to such a long period was because at the outset, he had a business relationship with the Yashiro Commission. So, if we sever ties with him, surely he'd have to pay you back right away.
Whoa!
In principle, that's how it works.
Whoa!
But I'd still be the one who has to take all the flack.
Whoa! Whoa! That's not how that works, unless that's part of the contract. Just because, like, if somebody gets into a contract with somebody like, oh, we chose you because we have a mutual friend, but then they're not friends anymore, doesn't mean you can just say, contract's void. What?
I'm just a small timer, you know? People like me need stability and security, not to go rocking the boat.
Come on now, let's work something out. Weren't you after some Noctilucous Jade last time we spoke? We can put our heads together and get a hold of some for you.
Well, Noctilucous Jade would be good for starters, but...
For starters, I'd say that's plenty for now. You don't want to go biting off more than you can chew, right?
You...
Whoa.
Okay.
That was like the happiest threat I've ever
If you bring
heard.
me some Noctilucous Jade, I'll get my hands dirty for you.
Great.
Great!
Let's go and find some.
Glad I didn't have to whip my fire vision out here.
Okay. Is this enough?
You didn't even
Leave
leave.
the rest to me. I promise you'll be satisfied.
How much should we give him?
You know, Thoma, you haven't changed one bit. Same mindset, same style of working. I sure hope the two of us never get into a conflict. Fingers crossed our cooperation will stay happy and healthy for a long time to come.
Don't you worry. Unless you've got plans to cause trouble for the Yashiro Commission, the future looks bright for all our future dealings.
That's good to hear. Okay, I'll be seeing you folks.
Feels like there was a subtext you're caught in the whole conversation.
Don't worry. People whose attention is always focused on other people's weaknesses tend to expose their own weaknesses pretty easily. Let's head back to the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
How can I improve my culinary?
Low-key, super manipulative. Or is it even low-key? He just is.
What do we do now?
We could try asking him nicely. Maybe he'd have a change of heart.
I highly doubt that would work. Then again, since we don't have any other options, we might as well give it a try.
But the samurai spirit...
We serve the head of the clan. If the clan is in trouble, we must bear whatever humiliation comes our way to resolve the situation. This, too, is the samurai spirit.
I mean, look at you. Oh, you wear your helmet.
Is anyone there?
Huh? What's he doing here?
He must be here to make fun of us.
There's nothing we can do about it. Brace yourself. I apologize.
I apologize.
Huh?
I apologize. Forgive me. I'll sell to you at the original price. No, what am I saying? Make that half price.
What's going on here?
Thoma? Thoma, are you here? I was completely in the wrong. However much you need, I'll sell it to you. I've got a warehouse full of stock, too, if you need more. Please, you'll have everything you could need.
And without any duds this time, I assume?
Thoma the low-key
Clever. I'll
gangster.
stake my whole reputation on it. No fakes, no defects. I give you my word. Please, this is my whole livelihood. Don't cut me off.
Since you've promised not to sneak in any fakes this time around, go ahead with the shipment. Once we've inspected the goods, and if all's in order, I'm sure whatever problems you're presently facing will quickly disappear.
Okay, I'll deliver the goods right away. Right away, I promise.
You see what I mean? Getting things settled as soon as possible is in everyone's best interest. All right, with that taken care of, let's get out of here.
Why was he apologizing to Thoma?
What's going on here? Hey, Thoma! That's strange. Where'd he go? He was right here a second ago.
Okay, the floors are done. Next, I need to dust down the railings. I only took one day off, but look how much dust has gathered.
Oh my god.
This is what I mean when I say cleaning is a daily chore.
Just now.
You remember what he said, don't you? His goods could go unsold and it wouldn't bother him. So, the solution in this case was to cut off his main line of business and make him really feel the heat. The Yashiro Commission doesn't have the authority to meddle in the business world, but as it happened, I knew a few of his major customers, so I sorted it out privately. When he realized he couldn't shift his product, had no source of revenue, and wouldn't be able to pay off his loan, he suddenly felt the pressure. Then, I just had to make sure he caught wind of what the cause of his problems was, so he'd seek us out to make an apology.
Sounds like you gave him the full Thoma treatment.
It's no big deal. I've dealt with plenty of situations like this in the past. I know you'd like people to look up to me more, but it doesn't bother me all that much. I'm just the housekeeper of the Kamisato clan. Reputation isn't all that important to me. On the contrary, having too good of a reputation can be restrictive.
That's true.
You feel indignant for my sake when you hear people spreading gossip about me, don't you?
Like, look at
Who
Ayaka.
says that in your mind, I'm not the kind of person they say I am. For me, that's enough. All I need is for the people I'm close with to know the real me. Thanks for your help in averting a potential
God.
crisis for the Yashiro Commission. I owe you one. I'll have to entertain you again sometime.
Just
Plus, I
step
can't get
aside
very
while
far
you drop your
entertaining you
gigantic
this time
schlong
around,
on the floor.
So, I guess I owe you two.
Oh, do I have to agree with him now? Like, let's just leave him alone. Fuck that.
Haven't seen Thoma in a while.
I can't see!
Also,
Sorry.
Ah, just let me fight him
What are
once.
you all doing?
we're busy people.
Well, thank
You know how many
gentlemen.
quests I'd
I'll
cut
think
off for
about that when
myself?
my vacation's
If it were
over.
like Fallout and
Sorry
you could
I'm a
fight
little
and kill
late.
anybody?
Something came up.
A
Yep.
lot.
No big deal, though. If a little private, wouldn't you agree?
Alright, I agree. Let them do them, and you do you.
Exactly. Or live and let live, as they say. Today, it's time for a hard-earned rest. There's been so much to deal with since I got out of Komori Tea House. Oh man, this vacation's been a long time coming. There's too much going on here. Let's find somewhere more peaceful to discuss the plan
Oh,
for the day.
he got stuck
You're
in
still
the
my
tea
guest
house
after
for
all,
like
and I'd
months.
like to hear your ideas.
Actually, I don't know how long it was, but it was a long time to get stuck in that 3-room place with like no activities.
I keep thinking, since I'm the host here, we ought to do something you'll enjoy. But despite that, I still haven't got a clear plan on where to take you. So, what do you usually prefer? Indoor or outdoor activities?
I mean, indoor, but since I'm living a life I wish I lived instead, definitely outdoor. But, since we're gonna do all this anyways, let's start with the boring one.
Sounds like a plan. I don't really feel like spending my day running all over the place either. In which case, let's head to Komori Tea House. There's nowhere better to sit and chat quietly with a pot of tea.
Did we
I'll
just
head
talk
over
about how
right
you
now and get a few things
spent a
prepared.
ton of time
Come
there?
and join me when you're ready.
Can't we go anywhere else? We go to Uyi Restaurant, even though that place isn't worth mentioning. I'll give up on that joke someday. But that day is not today.
Oh, welcome. It must have been a while since you were last here. Since it's about time to eat, I couldn't resist whipping up a little something for us. So please, help yourself. I hope you enjoy it. And I can't claim to compete with the likes of Uyi Restaurant Chef, but I think I did all right.
Looks fucking
what's wrong?
fantastic.
You look shocked.
After that hot pot game, I figured self-sabotage was your cooking style.
Whoa, there's been a misunderstanding. I admit, I may have added a few weird things to that hot pot, but it was just a game. For normal meals, I cook normal dishes. I am a housekeeper after all. Wouldn't have gotten very far without a few culinary skills. Anyway, please dig in. I won't get the chance to cook for you like this every day. Well, seems like my cooking has your seal of approval.
God damn. There's like nothing left on there. Thank you for the hospitality.
You're welcome. When you're out adventuring on your own, you've got to maintain your quality of life.
I don't think I've ever had to lick the plate that clean.
I see 1 or 2 loose threads there. If you ignore
Hey,
them,
man, why you
sooner
gotta
or
get after my
later,
cape
the
like
whole
that?
seam is going to come undone, and then you'll have a really tough time mending it. Let me
I'd
sew
say
it up
this
for
is
you
pretty
later.
good for being several
I'm pretty
hundred years
handy with
old.
the needle and thread. Speaking of housekeeping, I can say with confidence that you won't find anyone as handy around the home as I am. Cleaning, cooking, and mending are among my greatest strengths. You can always feel free to hand me jobs like this.
Huh, if this is your strength,
What is it?
you could run a housekeeping class.
Wait, you're suggesting I teach housekeeping to the Yashiro Commission staff? I'm not sure it would work. I doubt anyone would sign up for that class. I just don't think it's realistic to change people's perception of me just by showcasing my housekeeping skills. I'm surprised that whole matter is still troubling you, actually.
I'm a petty person.
Finding an
I'm a
opportunity
small,
to share some
small
housekeeping wisdom
traveler.
with the Yashiro Commission would certainly be in people's best interests. Life maintenance is important. You have to look after yourself if you're going to bring your best self to your work. You know what? Let's give it a try. But first, how do you think I should promote it?
Let's keep it within the Yashiro
All right,
Commission
then.
first,
If we're only
before we have
opening
to go
this up
through
the Yashiro
effort.
Commission staff, it shouldn't take too much preparation. Tables and chairs I can sort out easily enough, but we'll need to think some more about how exactly to promote this. Let's start by asking around at the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
Kind sir, I have a query for you.
Housekeeping, you say? You know, since it's Thoma teaching, I'd definitely be up for going. Unfortunately, I have quite a lot going on over the next couple of days. But could I swing by once my schedule's freed up? I'd definitely like to give it a try.
Oh, no problem at all. You can join whenever you like.
Thanks, Thoma. Also, this isn't really my place, but if you're starting a housekeeping class, haven't you thought about asking for Ruta? As the Kamisato clan's butler, I'm sure she'd know a lot about housekeeping.
Sounds like someone we should speak to.
Sure. Let's go pay her a visit.
Is it the...
Let's hope this goes smoothly.
Okay. Is it the old lady? It is the old lady.
Ah, Thoma, and a guest. This is a rare combination.
God!
What happened?
Oh, not
That's
at all.
like
We were
passive
just
aggressive.
Thinking of starting a housekeeping class.
A house.
And here I thought you didn't have any friends.
Wonderful. Do you know, I've always wanted to have Koharu learn from you. Oh, finally the time has come. I'm guessing you intend to open the class up to the whole Yashiro Commission? Not just housekeeping staff and servants, right? In which case, why don't you do a big spring clean of the commission itself? It would be a great way to showcase your methods. Seeing is believing, after all. You could spend a long time trying to convince them with words alone, or you could let them see you in action with their own eyes.
Combination of both is probably best. So it seems like a good idea.
I like Faruta's suggestion, and it's not like we have a better idea anyway. In which case, heck, why not? Let's showcase the appeal of housekeeping for all in the Yashiro Commission to see. Let's get started.
Wait. What do you mean, let's get started? Like me?
And the flowers will really flourish now that the weeds are gone.
Why the fuck would he have a Favonius lance? I guess he is from Mondstadt, but still, that's
While we're here, though,
strange.
we should water the trees.
Just fucking splash the water on there. Take it! Ah!
The whole Yashiro commission looks as good as new. We had a lot of spectators, huh? I wonder if we managed to get any of them interested. Either way, thanks for your help. I usually handle all of this stuff on my own, but having you join me today was a pretty great experience.
Fingers crossed your class goes well.
Well, here's hoping. I'll set out some tables and chairs tonight. I've got no idea how many people will show up tomorrow. Make sure you get some good rest tonight. I'll see you tomorrow.
You tell me how to spend my night. What if I want bad rest?
Welcome.
Not many people have showed up, and by not many people I mean it's just the two of us.
Don't be too upset. This is normal. With things like this, you can't expect to change people's views overnight. It takes time and effort.
We only talked to like
It
two
looks like I'm
people.
all yours for this class. I mentioned earlier about sewing up your clothes for you, didn't I? I also want to take this opportunity to teach you how to knit a sweater. That way, you'll be able to make yourself some warm clothes before the winter comes.
I didn't manage to get you the respect you deserved.
The fact that you're so ready to look out for me has already made me very happy. But really, it doesn't bother me at all. Once in a while, someone takes issue with my background, interests, or the nature of my work. And that's okay. You can't expect everyone in life to see things the way you do. People are always going to talk. It's in their nature, and you can't do much to stop them. I don't mind what they say about me. What I care about is the well-being of the Kamisato clan.
Well, yeah, and they're
That's enough
very
about all that.
poorly representing your clan.
Grab your needle and let's get knitting. Let's start with the classic stockinette stitch. First, wrap the yarn around, pull it through here, then hang it on the needle. Put your thumb on the yarn here, index finger here, and pull it tight.
Like this?
You learn pretty quick, but you need to pay close attention to this. Exactly, just like that. Now, set yourself a small goal to start with. For example, knit a scarf by the time winter arrives. Scarves are always a great choice. When it's finished, you can either wear it yourself or gift it to a friend.
Scarves are
Just imagining it warms my heart.
pretty good. Wow, she is intently looking at that. Don't sit there and look at us. Fucking bullshit idea that got us nowhere. We need to get out there and spread the
You
word
think so?
to
In that case, I need
non-plebeians.
to prepare. If I'm going to end up with a lot of students, I should make sure I have all the supplies I need for the class. Tables and chairs I can sort out easily enough, but I'll need to stock up on materials and ingredients for the textiles and cookery segments.
I have that covered
Are you sure?
in my
That'd be greatly
bag of
appreciated.
holding.
Let's see. To start with, I'll be needing lavender melon, fowl, and flour. Once we have all our essentials, we can figure out the next steps. I really hope everything goes smoothly. Great.
Like I said,
That's all
I
the
have those
ingredients we
things.
need. Time to hit the streets and launch our grand advertising campaign. As it happens, I know someone in town who runs a textiles business. I'm sure she must know lots of people interested in housekeeping. So let's pay her a visit.
Start spreading the news. Yeah, we know her too. Although I guess at the time we didn't know her as well. If like when this first was released. Although
Welcome to
we
Old
have to come here
Textiles
for
and Kimo-
Aika's
Oh,
quest,
hi,
right?
Thoma. What brings you here? Looking to buy some fabric? We have a new batch in. It's a great choice if you're looking to make loungewear.
It sounds interesting. I'll take a look. But the main reason I'm here today, though, is to pick your brain about something.
Oh, and what might that be?
Well, we're thinking of starting a housekeeping class. problem is, I'm not sure where to go looking for students, so I was wondering if you might help me spread the word. Among other things, I'll be teaching some handy sewing techniques, so providing everything goes smoothly, I'll be needing to buy quite a lot of fabric from your store. Do you think you'd be able to lend a hand?
Of course, it'd be my pleasure. And thank you for supporting my business, Thoma. As it happens, several of my regular customers do have an interest in housekeeping.
Huh, you don't
After
say.
I've closed up for the day, I'll go and talk to them for you. I'm almost certain that they'll want to sign up. The only thing is, I'm not sure there's enough of them for a whole class. Ah, I know. Yuko is supposed to be very well connected in the community. Why don't you go and ask her?
Yuko? I'm sure I've heard that name somewhere before. So, she has an interest in housekeeping?
If I remember correctly, she mentioned in conversation once that she's tried knitting a sweater a few times, but just can't get the hang of it. With your housekeeping expertise, I'm sure you'd be able to get her interested.
Great! Thanks for all your help, Miss Ogura. Alright, let's go try our luck with Yuko.
Where the fuck is Yuko? Oh. Yuko! Yuko!
Honestly, my husband doesn't lift a finger around the house. The moment he's home on his day off, it's shoes off and straight to bed so he can just lie there doing nothing.
Ugh, I have one of those at home as well. I know his work is tiring, but recently I've been really struggling with all the housework. It's starting to give me a backache.
They act like it's our job, just because we do it. But nobody trained us, either.
Hello, ladies. Might I ask which one of you is Yuko?
Oh, that would be me. Sorry, I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Well, obviously, he doesn't know you
The
either.
housekeeper for the Yashiro Commission. We're looking to start a housekeeping class at the Commission headquarters. I was just wondering whether that might be something that interests
That's
you.
not the way to ask that question.
Housekeeping? As a class?
That's right, yes. We'll be teaching a whole bunch of handy housework tips and tricks.
Perhaps your
Sweeping,
husband
mopping, laundry, cookery, that sort of thing.
would benefit
All based on my years of
from a
experience
bit
as a
of
housekeeper.
knowledge.
The class is free, of course. The only cost to you is the materials used during the class.
What do you think?
I think this is suspiciously coincidental.
It is suspiciously
Well,
coincidental.
I'll be straight with you, ladies. I believe the classes are free for a limited time only, right, Traveler?
That's right.
So far, attendance has been a little on the slow side, so we decided to start offering free trial classes. In other words, we won't charge you for the first few classes you attend.
You just said everything was
After the
free.
trial period comes to an end, and if you're still satisfied with the results, you can book more classes for yourself and complete the rest of the course. I'll be sure to give you a favorable price.
I see. It certainly sounds reasonable. But I have a question. Is this class restricted to women only?
Oh, not at all. It's open to people of all genders and ages. The way I see it, housework comprises an essential set of skills that no one could afford to be without. You've got to know how to look after yourself. Life should come before work, don't you think?
Yes.
Well said. In that case, I'll bring my husband along. Sounds like he could learn a thing or two from you.
Me too. Oh, and while you're at it, have you thought about asking Nagano? I'm sure older folks like him would have time to attend. The more the merrier, right?
Thank you, Thoma. Please excuse us.
Not like he has shit else to do.
Alright, I'll see if I can convince the older folks to come along and make up the numbers.
Housekeeping class, eh?
Yes.
I was handy around the home back in the day. Sadly, the older I get, the fewer things I'm able to do myself. You're very young. Are you quite sure you're up to the task of teaching housekeeping? It's not as easy as you might think.
Don't underestimate him.
I will do my very best. As housekeeper for the Kamisato clan, I've been honing my craft for a long time now. I believe I'm up to the task.
Very good, young man. Well then, I shall have to come and see for myself. If you are as good as you claim to be, I will encourage everyone I know to attend your classes. And if I find your skills to be lacking, I will be quite happy to teach a few things myself.
Dude wants to go just to judge
We'll
people.
Be honored to have you
Nice.
in attendance, sir. Well then, that will probably just about do it as far as promotion is concerned.
Four
Let's head back
whole
to the
people.
Yashiro Commission. To be honest, with this being my first time holding a class, I've got no idea how many people to expect. I just hope it goes well. Anyway, tonight I'll set up the tables and chairs, then tomorrow we can meet back at the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
I mean, here.
So,
Here.
what do you think the turnout will be like?
I'm sure lots of people will come.
I sure hope so. We promoted it pretty hard after all. This is the weirdest feeling. Housekeeping has always been something I do alone, but now I'm about to face a class full of students.
Full? Alright, let's relax,
You better show
Thoma.
up to class tomorrow.
And don't worry about me, I'll just be standing here in place for the next 12 hours.
Welcome, one and all. This is my first time teaching a housekeeping class, just as I'm sure it's your first time attending one. I'd like to start from the theory, if I may, and talk a little bit about why mastering the discipline of housekeeping is such an important thing.
Quick, come in. Thoma started the class already.
So many people.
Well, of course. No one's ever held a class like this in the past. I saved you a place. Please take a seat.
You brought nobody. In fact, none of you brought anybody.
Housekeeping is a unique skill set that empowers you to set your life in order. Nowhere
It's the
are these
four
skills more
fucking people we
pertinent
talked
than
to.
in the context of a marital relationship. In a marriage, the lives of two people become closely intertwined. If you can't look after yourself properly, that burden ends up being shouldered by your partner.
Very true.
This, in turn, will start to take a toll upon the relationship with... Huh? What are you doing here?
What the?
Huh?
Are these the husbands?
I brought him. Didn't you say men can
I
study housekeeping
forgot
too?
about that. Okay, that's pretty funny.
Off your face. Aren't you going to greet the teacher?
No, it's... I...
Darling.
Hello, teacher.
For the love of... Hello, teacher.
That was a good read. For the love of God.
Well, hello,
Son of a
and
bitch.
welcome. Now that you're here, I expect you to pay attention and work hard.
Oh, God.
Well, let's keep going. Housekeeping is not difficult per se. The difficult part is consistency, keeping on top of it over a long stretch of time. To keep up with housework on an ongoing basis, you either have to love everything about it, or you need a few tricks up your sleeve to make things easier. So, for today's topic, we're going to focus on how to make light work of housework.
So far, so good.
Excuse me,
Sounds like
you over there,
Mary
focus,
Poppins.
please. I like to see active engagement in my lessons.
I
That is,
am!
unless some of you are looking to stay behind after class to catch up.
Is the teacher hitting on me? Who's this? She wasn't there before. Maybe maybe one of them did bring someone else.
I keep thinking, since I'm the host, but this... So, what do you usually...
Let's head out.
You want
Do
to
something
go out for a
exciting.
stroll? Perfect. I have a couple of places I was going to recommend. If you like cats and dogs, there's a great place I can take you.
I don't.
I go there
Oh,
pretty
well, that
much
ruins
every
that
time I have a
plan.
day off. You can't
I
help but
do.
be in a good
Who
mood
doesn't?
when you're surrounded by cute animals. Feeling that,
Yeah, right.
we could go downtown if you'd prefer. Narukami Island will be packed right now, so we could go to Rito instead.
Look at that face.
Back to where we first met. I haven't been there in a long time, actually. Which one are you feeling? It's up to you.
Sorry, Thoma, I was distracted by the cute animals you were talking about. Yes, let's see the cats and dogs.
I had a feeling you'd pick that one. Nice to know we share the same interests. There's a sakura tree in Hanamizaka where I go to feed them. Let's meet there in a short while. I need to grab a few things, though. Can't go there empty-handed. This is a pretty good spot, right?
I mean,
there are tons of
it's a
stray cats and
spot.
dogs here at the outskirts. Every time I come to Komori Tea House, I bring some food for them. It just sort of became a tradition over time. At first, it was a bit of a chore, but the more time I spent with them, the more I came to enjoy it.
They seem to like you a lot, probably because you give them
think
food.
So? Well, feed them enough times, and I'm sure you'll win their affection too.
Yep.
Not only that, you'll also start to feel that they're your responsibility. Whenever you have any free time, you'll find yourself desperate to come and visit them. Why don't you try feeding them?
I don't want that
I brought some of
responsibility.
their favorite food just so you could get into their good graces.
Okay, fine.
Don't worry, I've trained them to not be aggressive toward humans. They'll still run away if they find someone threatening, but I'm pretty sure they'll like you.
Aren't they
You're
like
an
kind of
approachable
your
person,
pets
and
then?
can
They just
tell.
don't live with
Animals
you.
are very sensitive to these things.
If they listen to your commands and you feed them, and they come back to you, I mean... Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You have a problem with all these Outlanders?
Well, that didn't take long. Look at that. Best buds already. Some of the dogs are even showing their bellies. That's a sign that they really trust you. Well, you'll rarely see Tarumaru roll onto his back, though. He's a ninja dog, so he's always on guard in case an enemy approaches. Speaking of ninja dogs, I actually saw one the other day on the beach north of Konda Village.
Why would there be ninja dogs in the wild?
Well, that's the thing. They rarely go off on their own. Usually they stick with their human ninja partners. After retiring, most ninja dogs are taken in by their partner, or sometimes someone else in the Yashiro Commission will take them in. It's extremely rare to find them on their own in the wild, so it makes me a little concerned.
We could adopt it together.
Believe me, I wanted to bring it back to the Yashiro Commission, but it wouldn't let me. I tried establishing some trust by petting it on the head, but it gave me a nasty bite. Still, I don't want to give up on it. Nobody really goes out that way, and I don't know what it would have to eat out there.
I know we'd have to actually leave here. I do remember that, so let's do that next. And just start with this. Perhaps you should give it some time to calm down.
That's probably a good idea. It was in a very aggressive mood the last time I saw it. I'm worried it might bite you if we try to approach it, though. Let's wait until it's in need before going to its aid. That's probably safer. But back to our other animal friends. Now that the weather's getting colder, I'm wondering whether I should knit some sweaters for these strays. Problem is, most of them don't actually like being touched, so I can't take their measurements very easily.
What? We could photograph them?
That's not a bad idea. We could take
Is it
photos
not a
of them
bad
from
idea?
different angles, then work out their measurements by using other objects in the picture as a reference.
Okay, I guess.
See?
But that
You're
would
the
be
real fixer here.
incredibly
Let's give it a try.
impressive to do accurately. I don't want to fucking take pictures. Okay, angle 2. That's it? There's no way!
Well, I think we've got enough photos
That's
now.
not true.
I can't get over how cute they are. They're just adorable, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'll have to think carefully about what kind of sweaters to knit for each of them. The colors should be complementary. Well, you know what? Let's buy some yarn from the next store we pass.
The next store?
You know, the
Is
first
yarn
time I
found in
came here,
every
there was
store?
just one stray dog on its own. I still remember the first time I fed it. It was a rainy day. The Kamisato clan had just introduced a series of new policies, but a few of the more stubborn clan elders were extremely resistant to the changes. I was holding my umbrella, on my way to visit one such gentleman of senior status. The plan was to talk him into supporting the clan's decision. Sadly, he wasn't interested in having a conversation. He didn't even let me in. As soon as he saw me coming, he got his samurai to send me away.
Some things even Thoma can't fix, huh?
I mean, I fixed it in the end, of course.
No,
It's
don't
just
worry,
that
I
first
got the
revisions
job
didn't
done.
go so smoothly. So, anyway, after they turned me away, the weather went from bad to worse. The wind was so strong it rendered my umbrella completely useless. Before long, I was drenched from head to toe. I must have looked like a real mess. I decided to take shelter under a tree and found a stray dog sitting there who had the same idea as me. It saw me and moved a little further in, like it was trying to make room for me. So we sat there together. I shared my onigiri with it, stone cold by this point, but still edible, and we ended up cuddling together.
What
waiting
a
for the rain
read!
to stop.
That was
As far as
awesome.
the big shots are concerned, I'm just an expendable servant boy. I always have to be mindful about what they might want and what I can do for them in return. But when I'm with these little guys and gals, everything's so much simpler. One stone-cold onigiri and hey, presto, we're friends for life. Even when I show up empty-handed, they still come to me. When it comes down to it, I think it's these simple and straightforward connections that I value the most. Sorry. Ended up giving you the unabridged version. Shall we come visit this place again some other time?
As soon as you're done knitting.
Great. I'll see you soon.
Jeanette, based off of those 2 photographs?
So sleepy. I had some things I needed to do, so I ended up
her
burning the
day
midnight
off?
oil to get those sweaters knitted. I wonder if they'll actually suit them, though. Let's start by testing them out on the friendlier ones. This one's for Petal. Oh, and this one's for Darko. And
Darko!
this one's for Goldilocks.
Most of them look great.
With any luck, that should see them through the winter.
Most of them.
And come to spring,
Not all of
the year
them.
will begin. And they'll be free to roam the wilds once again.
Where's there one that looks
You
ugly?
know, if you take one day at a time and be kind to the world, good things will come your way eventually. That might sound a bit naive, but I really do believe it. At least, it seems to have worked for me, you know?
I guess those kind of putting together measurements based off of 2 photographs didn't really work out too well for this one. Worked out fine for the dog. This cat, either it just wasn't gonna fit them and they were like, fuck it, or he intentionally made it for that cat because that's the asshole of the group. It's a frat cat. Alright, let's go see that
That
ninja
would be
dog.
great. Even though it's not the most approachable dog, I still want to give it another try. It seems to sit in the same spot on the beach all day, only moving to take a few paces back when the tide comes in. Last time I saw it, its fur was soaking wet. Ultimately, bringing it back to the Yashiro Commission is going to be a lot better for it than leaving it sitting out in the elements all day. Or, we could even bring it back to Komori Tea House to make friends with Toromaru. Well, let's see if we even get that far.
Man, just because they're 2 dogs doesn't mean they're gonna like each other. Might fucking hate each other.
Oh, see it? It's that one, just up ahead.
The only dog on the
Judging by
beach.
the breed and apparel,
That
it
one.
definitely is a ninja dog from the Shimatsuban. It's looking a little more docile today. Shall we try and get closer? Oh, you should stay a few paces behind me. I know it looks calm, but if it gets riled up, it could pounce and bite in an instant. Here, doggy. Good doggy. You hungry, my friend? I brought you a nice little snack.
Not having it.
Oh, you're a vicious little thing, aren't you? You almost bit me again. Look at you. wasting away. You must want to eat a little something. You don't have to come back with us, but come on. A dog's gotta eat, right? You're not worried it's poisoned, are you? Here, I'll take the first bite. See? Delicious and poison-free.
Ah, yes. That is the best type of food. The type of food that is both delicious and poison-free. Thoma.
Come on, just have a bite. A little tiny bite. And then I'll leave you alone. How's that sound? Looks like it has zero intention of eating the food we brought. Is it just me, or does it look kind of on edge? Maybe it's something in the sea, or something nearby that's got him on alert.
Those monsters, perhaps?
You think he was attacked by monsters?
Man!
It's possible.
Those...
People do tend
Yeah,
to
it's
lose their
possible.
appetite in dangerous situations. Maybe it's the same for dogs,
There's
too.
also other
Let's clear out
possibilities.
the area on behalf of our canine companion.
Man, we're
here.
just gonna go slay those Hilichurls because they
This
might
should be
have
a
fought the
little more simple
dog.
now.
Even though there's like no sign of fighting because there would be a shit ton of like footprints everywhere in the sand. Oh god.
Check this out.
Scatter! Spring force!
Don't get too close.
Germinate!
Supporting fire.
Propagate!
Oh, here, doggy. Look, no more danger.
There might not have been any danger in the
Now
first
I'll eat a little
place.
something now. Come on, eat up. Then let's get you back to Komori Tea House. Whatever's on your mind, you can tell me and Tarumaru all about it.
Looks like we failed.
Rejected again. And there I was thinking that I was the one it didn't like. I didn't expect it to be so on edge around
This
here
is
too.
high school all over again.
Well, to me, this proves that it simply doesn't want to leave this place. For now, let's not force it. Time to head back to the Yashiro Commission headquarters. I'll see if I can find its owner, so they can come and collect it.
But it's from the Shumatsuban.
That's right. The Shumatsuban only answer to the Yashiro Commissioner, Kamisato Ayato. Under most circumstances, no one else has the authority to inquire into their business. However,
But
I
I'm
was
big
talking to
pimpin'.
Commissioner Ayato a while back, and he agreed to let me bend the rules in exceptional circumstances. That doesn't mean I can mobilize the Shumatsuban to do my bidding, of course, but I'll be able to get the intel we need, no problem. It's sort of a prerogative I have. Oh, all right, there's a good dog. Calm down. We're not gonna take you away. It's much safer here now, see? We're gonna leave now. Make sure to give yourself a good rest. All right, let's go.
This ninja dog you speak of, it rings a bell. Could I trouble you to describe it again for me?
A red Shiba
dog
with a scar in its eye, dressed in black
ninja
stealth
wear.
wear.
Oh, I think I know. You must be talking about Inu Shosho.
I feel like that's all the ninja dogs. Is that its name?
That's right. I'm really surprised that's where you found him.
Perfect. Now that we figured out his identity, we can get his owner to go and collect it.
Oh, its owner.
I should add, it's never good to have dogs run away like this. The poor thing's out there all on his own with no real food or shelter day and night. So, shall we go find the owner and see if they have time to fetch him?
I'm sorry, that won't be possible.
Oh, he's dead.
I'm afraid I can't disclose the owner's identity.
But he's dead.
What I can tell you is they went out to sea on a dangerous mission and he won't be coming back.
But I can't tell you his identity, but I can tell you he's
I had
dead.
No idea that he
Like, I
hadn't
don't
taken
just say
Inu
he's
Shosho along
dead.
with him. Seems he decided to face this one alone. I can only assume that Inu Shosho is waiting for his owner to come back, which is why he refuses to move from the beach.
Inushosho will be waiting forever.
Did Inushosho's owner leave anything behind? You know, any personal items or a Shumatsuban uniform, perhaps?
Most of his possessions disappeared along with the man himself. The only thing I can think of is the kunai he used to train with. Come with me. I'll see if I can find it for you. Ah, yes, this looks like the one. The reason this kunai stands
might not
out
be
in my
the one, but
memory
it
is
looks
because
like the
when he
one.
first joined the Shumatsuban, he trained at it harder than anyone else, to the point where the tip became blunt from erosion. Take it. The Shumatsuban will make sure to cover Inushosho's daily expenses.
Thank you kindly. Let's just hope Inushosho remembers the sense of this kunai. Then again, I'm certain he will. Let's go pay Inushosho another visit. Hey, Inushosho? I know. How come this strange man suddenly knows your name? You're waiting for your master to come home, aren't you? Mind if we wait with you? Don't worry, we're not looking to suddenly whisk you away. Look at this. Do you know what it is? As I thought, you remember.
Inushosho.
Excellent. It looks like what he needed wasn't for us to take him away, but for us to accompany him.
Well, do you want to wait here forever with
I
him?
sometimes did this too, when I first arrived in Inazuma. I just stood on the beach, looking out at the horizon. Everyone has people and events from their past that they look back on fondly. I guess we only grow when we realize that those things aren't coming back.
God damn, Thoma.
The Shumatsuban is not a peaceful organization. And being a ninja is an extremely dangerous profession. Many of the Shumatsuban's ninjas have paid the ultimate price in the course of carrying out top-secret missions. The Shumatsuban never discloses their identities, and doesn't publicly commemorate
Except for
them.
Sayu, who, like, everybody knows.
At least now, Inushosho, you're not the only one in the world who remembers him. From today onward, we will join you in honoring his memory. I think that means deal, right?
It can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Hey, in the future, let's try and come back here from time to time, when we get the chance. Maybe we could build a little kennel for him. In the long term, being out in the cold and wet like this could start to cause joint problems. I could make some winter clothes for him, too. In fact, I'd better get started.
I mean, the fact that he's wearing clothes is already a step up. Alright, last one. I'm feeling nostalgic. Let's hit the town.
Okay, let's go straight there. I know Rito pretty well, so I'll give you the grand tour.
Didn't you already give me a tour?
Day off, so above all, let's enjoy ourselves. I haven't been to Rito in a long time, but it feels like the place hasn't changed at all. Then again, a long time for humans is a blink of an eye for the natural environment.
Thanks for that, Thoma.
Makes me wonder, what is Mondstadt like these days?
You been to Mondstadt? Yeah, he's fucking born there. You miss Mondstadt?
Yeah, I actually grew up there.
I knew that. That wasn't my
Later,
question.
My father moved back to Inazuma, and then we never heard from him. I wanted to take him some dandelion wine, so I took the boat here from Mondstadt. Unfortunately, we hit a huge storm on the way, which sank the boat. Oh, I'll spare you the rest for now. Let me take you around.
So, he wanted to bring a gift for his alcoholic father who left him and his mother to go for the longest cigarette trip in history. That's sad.
This is a branch of the Chuyu Trading Company based in Liu. They sell ore from that region. I'm guessing you would have seen shops that look like this over there.
What's a little fancier?
Ah, hello there. What brings the two of you all the way out to Rito today? Since you're here, you should pick out a special something. We've got some fantastic pieces in at the moment. Like this Noctilucus jade necklace. Or this core lapis bracelet. They may not be top tier in terms of ore quality, but the craftsmanship is simply exquisite. Do either of them pique your interest?
The Noctilucus jade necklace.
I think both suit you very nicely.
Oh, you
To heck
flatter.
with it. How often do we get to do this? We'll take them both.
I'll take the
But
lot.
you've got to be fair to us with the price, ma'am. My friend here is actually from Liyue.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not.
Well, say no more.
Do I
Thoma.
look like I'm from
Dream
Liyue?
of Overcharging. How does this figure look to you?
How many blonde Liyueans you know?
Deal. Now then, let me take you somewhere else. Back in its heyday, Rito always used to remind me of Mondstadt. Freedom of trade, freedom of culture, and freedom of lifestyle. This is the Sailing Breeze, a purveyor of Mondstadt wines. As it turned out, one of the first things that greeted me here when I arrived wasn't my father, but wine from my hometown. It must be said, though, the wines here aren't quite up to the Dawn Winery standard. Back when my father was still in Mondstadt, he used to talk fondly of the Angel Share. Of course, I was still a kid back then, so I never did get to join him for a drink. And now that I'm actually old enough, the opportunity is gone.
You'll get the chance one day.
I hope so.
But probably not.
You've been to Mondstadt, right? I assume you've been to the Angel Share? I hear the owner's
Yeah.
quite a formidable businessman. Given the chance, I'd love to meet him. When that day comes, we should also grab a drink. Wait, what am I saying? Maybe when you're older.
I'm like
I heard the
20
shogun
of
recently
you,
abolished
in terms
the
of
Saku
age.
decree, and trade and commerce is already starting to recover.
Oh,
I'm
this is
sure it won't be
new.
long before Rita retrieves the prosperity of its past.
Like it even sounds like it
This is
was.
also thanks to your hard work. Thanks to you, our nation can finally prosper.
It sounds like it was recorded like later, like or at a different time. It doesn't sound bad. It's just a little bit of a difference that you can tell. But it's cool that they updated the.
Out shopping with your friend? Can I get you anything today?
Oh, well, why not? I'll take that toy fox.
Comes traveling with me.
That one? Up there?
The Sakoku decree might have been abolished, but the International Trade Association is still going strong. After all, there are still plenty of situations where they're...
God, they gotta get better at this.
Here we are. Bet this takes you back, huh?
Like, if they know that just straight walking is not going to give them enough time, then they should just cut the line. We spent quite an eventful time here.
We sure did. Katsuie from the Kanjo Commission was persecuting those poor merchants. Well, until you stepped in, of course. A lot of people in Rito are still very grateful to you for that. They ask me about you sometimes. If you're interested, I could set up a meal for all of us if you'd like.
Excuse me, Thoma? It is you! What a coincidence! I was just about to send someone to deliver a gift to you.
I don't believe we've met. And if there's a gift involved here, I'm not sure I've earned it. Is there something I can do for you?
No, you don't know me, but I've heard of you before. I ran into some trouble a while back, asked Kurisu for some help, and he said you were the one that resolved the situation. If you're on the receiving end of someone's kindness, you can't let it go unacknowledged. So, I tried to pick out something that I thought you might like.
Something you thought I might like?
That's right! So here it is. Some confectionery from Yume no Tenenan, a fine purveyor of Inazuman delicacies. Each one costs a small fortune. I thought this would be the only fitting way to repay someone of your stature. Not to mention that the value of your assistance far outweighs the value of my gift. Do you like it?
I don't know how you did it, but you managed to cater to my taste perfectly. I humbly accept your gift. Keep up the good work in your line of business, and if you have any further problems, feel free to come find me.
I will. Thanks again, Thoma. I'll leave you in peace now. Have a good day!
You too. Goodbye. Pretty high energy guy, huh? You want to try? This store is indeed renowned in Inazuma. In fact, demand is so high that it's very difficult to come by their products. They're all handmade by top chefs, and the flavor is as authentic as it gets.
Tastes pretty good.
Great! I'm glad you like it. I'll see about trying to make my own recipe when I get the chance. They're made from a traditional family recipe though, so replicating them won't be easy. Okay, that about wraps up our nostalgia trip to the International Trade Association. I think we've seen just about everything there is to see in the city. Let's keep heading this way. We don't get to hang out all that often. It'd be a shame to head back so soon. With the change of seasons, retail gives me a different feeling each time I come. Maybe it's not entirely to do with the seasons. Anyway, the main point is, I'm happy to be here with you this time.
I'm gonna make sure he finishes what he says.
I come to this place every time I visit retail.
What, these stairs?
The view here isn't as spectacular as on Narukami Island, but if you're looking for a relaxing spot, you can't beat this one. And I'm sure it'll be bustling with life again soon enough now that the Sakoku decree's been abolished. Once I'm on top of things, I think I'll have to ask my lady for a long vacation so I can take a trip back home. I don't see that happening anytime soon, though. I have a long list of things to get through. Alright, time to call it a day. Let's head back.
Yeah, like the other one's a little too loud. I think just a smidge. It's not bad. It's just when you've listened to voice acting for so long, eventually you'll notice little stuff like that. Especially if you've ever done like voiceover work or like recorded stuff and listened back to it before. Like you just kind of pick up on that sort of thing. Hold on.
Not ready to leave yet? Come to think of it, I do have a couple more places I could take you.
I have a gift for you too.
Oh, there's no need for that. The whole reason I took you out was to thank you for all the help you gave us during the Vision Hunt decree. As long as you enjoyed yourself, that's all I could ask for. You don't have to give me a gift.
But I think you'll like it.
Really? Okay, well, now I'm excited. Oh, my. It's...
a little something from Mondstadt.
This really... Oh, I wasn't expecting this. I'm a little lost for words. This gift is... invaluable.
It did not cost anything.
Oh, I know, but I don't mean its material value. I'm talking about its value to me specifically. Let me put it this way. The confectionery I received from that merchant earlier, thoughtful gift, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I know it's mostly transactional. I helped him out, so it's standard procedure for him to get a gift from me in return. Also, he picked a brand of fancy confectionery that he thought would meet me at my level, and make it easier for him to approach me with any future requests. If you lend more to someone, you can guarantee that any gift you receive in return will have been chosen according to its material value. But the gift you just gave me can't be weighed in the same terms.
Thoma is like this really weird combination of incredibly optimistic, but also like really cynical. It's very interesting. I'm just glad you like it.
Oh, okay. Well, at least take this in return. It's an omamori. I always carry.
Dude was just looking like,
again,
what do I have on me?
Expensive.
I have this
bring
here.
The bearer good luck. Seriously, I'm not making that up. My father told me. He gave it to my mom, and she gave it to me just before I came to Inazuma. Who knows? Maybe this omamori was the only reason I survived the storm and made it to Inazuma in the first place.
No.
Whatever the truth of it is, I'd like you to have it.
Oh, that's nice. Even if it literally was just the one thing that was in his pocket to give to me. Oh man. Thoma's a guy who, like, I was not very interested in Thoma at first, but he grew on me. He's fun. At first I just thought he was just a knockoff child, but he's very different. But yeah, that'll do it for Thoma Hangouts. The second time I've done this now. So yeah, I have no idea where we're at in release order. So I'll see you when I see you.